must be out of your goddamn mind. Joe Louis, the greatest boxer ever lived. I'll be with you boys in a minute. He was bad in Captain Clay. He bad in Sugar Ray. He bad in that. Who that? The new boy had Mike Tyson. Look like a bulldog. He bad in him too. He done whipped Mike Tyson there. He whipped all that. Paid the cost to be the boss. Paid the cost to be the boss. I paid the cost to be the boss. Look at me.
Welcome back, people. Welcome to this week's edition of the Barbershop Politics. Today we have two special guests from the Deontay Wilder defense team, Johnny Cochran and Robert Kardashian.
Yo, Nate, you know you've been working on that one for a minute, you know?
I know, yeah.
I literally just came up with that one.
That's
to be
fully
fair.
scripted.
Glad, I've never thought I'll get to be graced in your presence, the OJ case.
Wait, who am I though? Am I Kardashian or am I Cochran?
You're Cochran. You're definitely Cochran.
I'm
And
Kardashian,
you're the
okay.
Kardashian.
Okay.
100%.
Hey, Nate, just so you know, yeah, your daughter's gonna get touched up.
These lot are forever defending Deontay. But anyways, let me introduce ourselves properly. It's myself, at your inconvenience, Case, blessing the mic today. And to my right, I got...
Myself, Nate knows it's been a minute.
It's been a strong minute, but obviously everyone's been busy. It's not like we haven't cared and that. Everyone's been busy with exams, traveling, grafting. And through intergalactic space of time, we have, to my left...
Don't know the time traveler, King OP the Great. Come on.
Yeah, so you know what? Let's just get straight into it. You know what I'm saying? We don't really need no foreplay today. So, the design deal has been announced. We've seen the roster. What do we think?
Terrible.
Whoa.
One word.
Tell us how you really feel.
I'm not impressed with the roster so far.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if he's got this £1 billion deal to use and sort of make a mark in the US, at the moment it doesn't look like he's doing a good job. He's still got time.
Yeah,
he hasn't initially launched the platform as such.
Yeah.
To the US market with Matchroom, but right now, nah. I mean, if I was in the US, I don't think I will be paying for the subscription. Put it that way.
That's a fair point. Go on. Oh.
Yeah, so I mean, like leading off what Nate said, in terms of the subscription, it's interesting because, from what I understand, the original price point was going to be something like $25, $24.99, and now they moved it down to all the way down to $9.99 per month, which for me just screams volumes about what the brand is and how, I don't want to say poorly, but they've definitely got off on the wrong foot out there. The thing is, brother, I mean, we've been saying this last couple of weeks, bro. A lot of this now, the charm of what Eddie Hearn has over in the UK is not considered charm in the US.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like what Eddie's done is made a big mistake in terms of him being this kind of Cockney white boy and not understanding that in America that kind of comes across a little bit condescending.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Americans are more, particularly in the combat sports, they're all about that kind of, blue-collar individual.
Which is why Dana White's so successful, because he's like a mafia. It's a bully.
Yeah, he's a Boston native, isn't it? So, come on. Lived in Vegas for how many years. But you contrast that with Eddie Hearn, and it's not even so much his personality, it's more all the kind of trash talking that he's bringing to the table, trying to belittle and undermine potential candidates and fighters. That ain't the way to hit in America, especially coming out of the gate.
Yeah, I think you both basically said what I said, what I was gonna say word for word. I just think my only silver line or asterisk is that he still deserves a bit of time before we completely judge him. I think give him 2 years and then you can look back and say
maybe so. But
but for now, no one's really paying. He has to put on big shows, because with that roster, you're gonna have to get them into some serious fights that have to be contenders of the year. And even at that, some people are not just going to say, yeah, we're going to subscribe to you.
And the question is who wants to fight these fighters?
It's not even so much. That's the question, boys. It's like, you think about it like this, yeah. People will fight them because people are going to be saying, yo, you're paying me bank, yeah. The problem is that the caliber on the roster, right? You put AJ aside because AJ is, I don't even know if he's got a complete exclusive deal to the zone. I think it's just a one fight deal from what I understand. But take AJ out the mix, they ain't really got no world beaters in there.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? So even if you put on these big shows and put them up against you know, for instance, they're talking about Andrade versus Billy Joe Saunders is supposed to be mandated by the WBO.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Joe Saunders will punch his head off.
Yeah. And then that's it. And then what do you have next?
Got Mike.
I wouldn't even go that route, to be fair. I would go a more America, because you have to make your mark in America. And again, Billy Joe against Andrade doesn't make bank in America.
Definitely not.
Whereas if you go against one of the...
It's been mandated by the WBO, and
Yeah.
ordered it.
But who's got the belt? Billy, right?
Yeah, but Billy Joe's obviously caught. But this is the thing, bro. Billy Joe is like, yeah, cool, we're on this, because either way, Billy Joe knows he's on for a winner, because if the zone win the purse, then obviously it's gonna be big bank. If it goes to purse bids, then and for instance the zone lose, Billy Joe's gonna get bank anyway from Frank, and you know Frank would love to have 101 Eddie already in the first, you know what I mean, in the first event.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, Billy Joe's is laughing. You know what I mean? It's a win-win for him. I don't think...
It's a win-win for Frank as well.
He's been inactive, but...
It's win-win for Frank.
It's a joke for him, really.
I think it's a win-win for Frank as well, because Frank could play on Eddie's ego to win the purse bid and get more money, drive up the price for Billy. And if Frank wins the purse bids, he still wins over Eddie. So I think it's a win-win for Frank just as much as for
Frank. Really,
for
he
Billy.
definitely wants to get one over Eddie.
But yeah, because the thing is, with the fighters he's got in his rosters now, especially the stateside one, they have to perform. The product and the end has to be...
Yeah, I mean...
He can't do shows like he's doing in England.
The only person I can see probably bringing a bit of excitement on his roster is Big Baby Miller. And that obviously depends who he fights. Say, for instance, he fought...
Brazil, I think that would be a good one.
Yeah, maybe Brazil, but I don't know whether Brazil's got that talk. It will have to be a Shazor or something like that. Someone random where they're going to bring a bit of entertainment that the Americans will tune in, and then it can more or less absorb him into his product a bit.
Yeah, but then Big Baby, the way the heavyweight division is going now, Big Baby doesn't even have the time to develop into that US star. Because he wins 2-3 fights there, everyone's going to say, yeah, you need to fight Joshua now. And he'll probably get pumped.
He's going to absolutely
get
pumped.
You know, I spotted that as well, bro. Like, since I was obviously talking about the zone thing, in the press conference, we all saw the little kind of fisticuffs and, you know, Big Baby Miller calling AJ an English muffin. That's a bar, you know, to be fair. But when they were squaring up, I was thinking, nah, you don't want that static with AJ. Like, the size difference in terms of the height. I know Big Baby Miller's got more weight on him, but that size difference and AJ's speed, that wouldn't even be funny, bro. That would be stopped within 6 rounds, man.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But again, you know, we're all speculating, saying, you know, the fight between AJ and Deontay probably wouldn't even happen on that available date on April 13th. Am I correct?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure, bro. I don't think it's going to happen.
No,
it's definitely not.
So we're going to get to that in a bit anyway, but like, that's probably an opportunity for Big Baby Miller to, again, for them to build a fight in America. Big Baby Miller is a good person to have that stadium fight for, which is pathetic, really, because you've got 100,000. But at the end of the day, it's one of them ones where you can say, all right, cool, American fans can tune in. But even that don't even make sense. Because
I'm confused.
You probably go Dylan.
I was thinking that in my head.
Yeah, you probably go Dylan.
Yeah, Whyte's gonna get a rematch next April, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. Like, mark my words, bro. I mean, we're gonna go into it eventually, but the Deontay fight ain't happening in April. No way.
Yeah, that's off the radar completely. So that's not happening in April. Big Baby Miller against Parker will be interesting, but I would like to see Big Baby Miller against Dylan Whyte. But I don't know whether Dylan Whyte's on that route at the moment.
Yeah, but I don't even think that's a sensible fight for Dylan.
What?
Like, why would you build? No, not big. Oh no, sorry, not Big Baby Miller. Sorry. I thought you were talking about AJ. Right. I was thinking if Dylan does beat Parker, a rematch in Wembley for 100,000 to probably lose to AJ again isn't. You can't have built him up all that way to get him to knock him back down again.
I was thinking the same thing.
Dylan,
bro, you're looking at this all wrong, bro. As in, it's not about building. Number one, be clear, Eddie Hearn ain't really investing money to building up Dylan Whyte. You know what I mean? It's always been like a plan B. You understand? A lot of work.
But bro,
investing in himself. That's number one.
But hold on.
Number two.
Go on. I'll let you finish. Go on.
Sorry, yeah. Number two, you gotta think about it like this, yeah. You're saying knocking him down. Yeah, I would definitely heavily favor AJ in a rematch, but we know for a fact it'll be a fun fight. It'll be a slugfest. And from Dylan's perspective, bro, he knows if they've offered Deontay 50 million, which is trash for what Deontay's bringing to the table, they're gonna offer Dylan 10. You understand me? Which is Dylan, don't forget where he's come from, bro. You understand me? This is a youth that was living out in Jamaica until the age of like 8, 9, 10 or whatever. Then was on the road heavy.
Had a baby at 13.
That to make 10 mil in the space of what, 3.5 years? 4 years after his ban?
Yeah,
he's taking that, bro.
That's good.
And he's happy with that.
Yeah. Oh, don't, I'm not disputing that. He's gonna get like 100,000 at Wembley. You're gonna get the bank, but I'm just saying, where does he go after that loss? Where does he go? Yes, okay, cool. You take the bank.
I don't. You know what?
You take the bank, but where does he go?
I don't think his first loss has given him a blemish.
No, because it was oily in both of their careers, though.
Because the way people are rating AJ as the number one guy in the heavyweights, it's not as bad a blemish as you think.
Yeah, of course. And it was early fight in both of their careers. It shouldn't really have happened at that time, but it did, and it was a perfect fight. It ended up being a perfect product by when they met. So that's why that loss.
Sorry, bro. I'm saying about if he loses again in April.
Okay.
I'm saying it's not a case of where do you go next, because you gotta think, and this is the one thing we haven't really discussed and touched upon really, in all our conversations. At some point, whether it be the back end of next year or in 2020, the governing body is gonna start splitting on them belts. You understand me? So AJ is gonna have, let's say AJ wins everything, right? Or whoever unifies at some point, all the belts are gonna start getting split up.
What do you mean by split up?
More opportunities for people who are maybe the B fighters.
Could you explain to the layman? Could you explain to the layman listeners what split up means? The belts.
So currently, AJ holds 3, 4 if you count the IBO.
We're not
major governing body belts. Obviously, Deontay Wilder's got the 5th one, the WBC. So each governing body has their own kind of
sanctioning process and whatnot.
Top 10, top 15, whatever rankings of fighters. Every world champion, every championship fight, you pay a sanctioning fee for that particular fight to the governing body, so they get paid off every world title defense. At a point, with all the belts being in one person's pocket, i.e. AJ, it's less profitable for the governing bodies because they can't get necessary defenses from other individuals and make more money. So they will split them up and put mandatories on the individual that holds the belt in order for them to keep the belt alive and active.
So at
some point, you're talking, like I said, towards the end of next year.
Can I chip in with a question quickly? So when that happens, he won't be necessarily defending all 5 belts, just the one belt that the body has sanctioned him to defend.
Who AJ?
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be. I mean, case in point, the example was Terence Crawford. When he unified the light welter, he pretty much got broken up immediately. Tyson Fury had the same thing with the IBF day. As soon as he won it, he lost it, 3 weeks later or something like that. There's all these rules in place which is why people say the politics of boxing, why it's all bullshit. And that's why when people look at how AJ's managed to navigate things, whereas Tyson Fury wasn't able to, a lot of that is because it's who you know, basically. So if you've got the governing bodies in your back pocket, or you got good relationships with them, then they'll give you more favor. If not, then they'll just split up the belts.
Fair.
So the prediction, is it a unit? Is it all belts in line, or just the one that was the one belt that was mandated?
So as I understand
the WBA.
The WBA.
Yeah. The WBA.
But that'll be on the line. But usually the way things go with them type of situations, you win one, you take the other 2 as well, innit?
So pretty much
like Fury beat Vlad. He only was fighting for the WBO, but he took the other 2 as well, and the Ring magazine.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, very interesting. All right, see, while we're on the topic of AJ, where we at? Obviously, now we know that the fight's definitely not happening.
Where are you at? I want to hear.
Where you at?
Brother, because you know, this is what I'm saying.
I'm
Wow.
I have to swivel my chair around.
Cochran and Kardashian working at it again. They want to defend first.
I have to swivel my chair around a little bit.
Go, swivel. You man want to defend all the time. Defend. Where are you at with the fight? Where you at?
What do you mean? Where you at?
Don't worry about the.
Where's your manager at?
Let's drop the Kardashian and Cochran act, yeah? Let's just talk.
Right,
tell me where you are with the fight.
Okay, the first question is, where's your manager at? Like, what was the last email he sent? And just clarify to the listeners exactly what's going on.
I can't tell you what email was sent and whatnot in it. I don't have that insight. I wish I did, because if I had that insight, you lot will be the first to know. All I can say, since you don't want to defend, I'll give you opportunity. Let me state my case. Let the prosecution make their case.
Wait, where defense? You're the prosecution, cuz.
Yeah, yes, I said let the prosecution make the case, since you don't want me to talk first. Yeah, come on, man. Don't mince words, bro. Come on, man. I'm a poet when it comes to this. But listen to it. Check this out, right? I'm personally at a mindset where I think after it got past a certain point, because we started originally talking about this fight from since last year, I would say.
Last year, November.
Last year, we've been talking heavy. I think the peak of it was...
November it started to...
When, just before the Parker fight, or just after the Parker fight, I would say. Yeah, just after the Parker fight. That's the peak of the conversation that we have. And from there, I was on the standpoint that, look, like, Eddie, if you're going to lowball any opponent, it's not Deontay Wilder that you have to lowball. It didn't make sense. You don't offer Deontay 12.5 million. You can't say you've been overpaying, and the biggest fight of AJ's career, you want to lowball. Didn't make sense. Didn't look good. You know, always like, oh, yeah, you know, AJ needs to come out and say something. Obviously, AJ come out and said something, and his words in that interview led to a apparent offer of 50 million from Deontay's team.
It wasn't apparent.
It was
It
was an apparent offer, innit? Like that's what I'm gonna think. So yeah, Team AJ say facts, this, that, and at that point, I'm thinking to myself, all right, cool. Like Eddie, you kind of have to go with what AJ said. AJ's already said 50 million. If they're saying 50 million, fair enough. I hear you. I was in the mindset like I don't understand why Eddie was wrong for saying, okay, cool, I want to sign. Let's meet up and talk. Let's see how real this is. And they'll say no, agree to the fight. Me personally, I'm not agreeing to anything that I definitely don't know the ins and outs, because I can't say to you, Nate, all right, Nate, I'm going to give you 100 grand, go to Zimbabwe and build a website.
I'm itching to say something.
So that's what defense lawyers do. So remember, guys, I'm just giving a rundown.
Let me quickly interject before just part of the rundown. There's a good point you mentioned there about you're not signing nothing unless you know the ins and outs and the detail. I would just like to know your feelings towards Matchroom sending out Deontay Wilder a contract with no date and no location and expecting the same thing back.
But the date, Eddie did have the date and location though.
No. The contract was blank for the date and the contract was blank for the location.
Hasn't, because I've seen an interview.
Continue.
Eddie said the dates, which is the 20 for September and April.
To the WBA.
Pardon me?
That's after them agreeing to do the Povetkin fight. Before the Povetkin fight, the same contract was sent, but without a date and without a location.
The date and location was only announced when Eddie Hearn announced on social media that AJ has 2 fights in when he announced the Wembley fights.
Yeah,
that's when he announced the dates.
So you're saying you're going off the Twitter thing. You're saying Eddie didn't at no time off camera, off Twitter, off Insta, off Snapchat say the dates.
I've got so much points.
The dates,
oh my god.
I'm just saying. So you're saying off everything social and emails, Eddie never communicated to them.
You asking me or you asking Nate?
I'm asking both of you. So he's never communicated the date to them at all.
So before they agreed to fight Povetkin, they sent a contract, but it had no date and no location.
And Shelley hit him up and said, "What's the time and location?" And Eddie didn't tell him.
And basically Eddie aired that, and then they agreed to. And then apparently the WBA said you've got 24 hours to agree to fight Povetkin, otherwise you're being stripped. And then 24 hours later they agreed to Povetkin fight.
Then Eddie's just as dumb as Shelley and thing. If that's the case, Eddie is just as stupid. But when I watched the interview, I was under the impression that he said, "All right, cool. You want to know the time and location? This is the time and location. What do you know?"
No,
then
that was
then
never
hold on, wait. Can I just get this point out? And then Shelley said, "Yo, all right, cool. We'll let you know of our thoughts on Friday."
Yeah.
Did you not see that part?
Yeah, they needed a few extra days.
They needed a few extra days
to run through the contract.
So something they agreed to.
But yeah, I know something they agreed to. But remember, you got to remember they announced the whole 24-hour thing. 24 hours exceeded. Just to be clear, to agree to the Povetkin fight, it took longer than 24 hours. And just to sort of unravel the points you made,
because I haven't made point. I was just doing a rundown.
Okay, but yeah,
go on. Talk. No, chat. Go on, chat.
Just to unravel slightly. You got to remember. So let's rewind back to Eddie Hearn's interview on the Boxing Voice, where Eddie Hearn kept on mentioning he will prefer AJ and Deontay Wilder to have a fight before them to actually fight together, have their matchup. So you got to look at all the things that Eddie Hearn's been doing. He's been doing a lot of stalling tactics, and even the contract that he sent out for April, essentially, Eddie Hearn wanted a fight before AJ fights Deontay Wilder. So that's what he was doing.
Yeah.
And that's what he wants Deontay Wilder to do for some reason, whatever.
It makes the fight big. It's a bigger fight.
Yeah.
If they both get through, it's an even bigger fight.
You know, regardless of all this contract, the back and forth, whatever, you got to remember, Barry Hearn made a statement, which is in the Daily Mail, which is in Sky Sports, saying he will prefer AJ to wait 12 months before fighting Deontay Wilder. And
which is accurate around the time of the Parker fight. Yeah.
And if you look at all the things that's going on between the two of them, you're noticing that Eddie Hearn's using a variety of stalling tactics. And he's manipulating the British audience and saying, Shelly Finkel's saying X, Shelly Finkel's saying Y, Deontay Wilder's not agreeing to X, and Deontay Wilder's not agreeing to Y. It's all there. It's all the evidence.
So let me ask you, I'm going to direct the question to you, because all I hear is defense.
It's not defense, it's facts. It's facts. There's publications.
So are you saying, Deontay and Shelly Finkel are completely blameless for what the fight not happening?
I mean,
I can't really say that they're not blameless.
It's not a blameless situation.
No, but all you don't ever say is Eddie,
No.
Eddie.
No.
So how do you try and say
saying that, bro. What we've always said is this. Is what I feel like we're getting being misinterpreted. What we're trying to stand here and say is that, there's clearly faults on both sides at both teams, right? But what we're kind of trying to highlight is that where Eddie Hearn comes across and actually states bold-faced lies and insinuates somebody is either ducking or, not of intellectual ability to understand how to negotiate or how to make a big fight, that's what we're trying to say, that's why he's wrong for. You understand me? Because he's trying to overly mug off the public, where the public, we know what's going on. Bro, we're not the only people from the UK that are standing here saying this looks fishy. Do you understand me? I'm not standing here saying Shelly Finkel, Deontay Wilder's team are 100%, blameless. But what I'm standing here saying is that if you're looking at anybody as one particular individual in this this whole, drama show, as Triple G would say, one man who definitely leads the blame is Deontay Wilder. Because you can clearly see this is a God bless you, right? He's not out here.
God bless
whole
you.
Kind of idea that it's a money thing. It ain't gonna work with someone like that, because, like I said to you in the week, this is a brother that's from the South, bruv. You understand me? So he's clearly gonna be a prideful black man, bruv. Do you understand me? He told me. He said not told me. He said it in the.
So he texts you now.
Listen,
Yeah.
Well,
you and him text.
I knew you were clinging on to
You and him text.
Yeah.
Go on, get your point out. Go on.
He said in the media many a times, that his grandmother said he's anointed to be the family savior. You understand me? Don't forget, his grandmother would have been around civil rights movements, all that type of stuff, bro. So these people are gonna be very prideful people, and it ain't just about the pound note, bro, or the dollar bill. You see me? So when Eddie's coming out on that tip and then trying to be insulting a man and insulting him being a country bumpkin and all this type of stuff, it ain't gonna fly, cuz. And when Eddie's doing all these things, all he's doing is what Nate's saying. He's just making the fight draw out, and I don't think it's happening next April. Do not put that into your calendar.
Definitely not.
I don't think it's happening.
Definitely not. April's not there for him.
Who, Deontay?
No, it's not there for him.
No, Deontay's already said. He said point blank that deal that we're gonna sign, and all you need to do is put a date and a location. That deal's no more now.
It's
we
off.
played your game. We're gonna take a flat fee, which is what an idiot would do. And in fact, let me go back to you in this one, Casey. Right? Cool. This flat fee idea, 15 mil, yeah.
That's the dumbest thing, fam. It's the dumbest.
No, but hold on.
Yeah.
If the fight was happening in September, that flat fee would be disrespectful, but you know what? It would be acceptable because of profiles. You're not gonna tell me in 10 months, whenever the fight is supposed to be April 13th, 9 months, whatever, that the fight isn't gonna generate way much more money to the extent where 15 million is actually a piss take.
Yeah, of course. I'm not stupid.
And you got to go back to an interview done
it goes
on
up.
IFL as well.
Exactly.
When he was saying that obviously with AJ's next fight, if he wins, AJ's profile goes up.
Of course. So AJ makes more money.
That's what I'm saying. If Deontay Wilder's next fight is whoever and he has a spectacular win, No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I'm not laughing.
The
I was
profile
gonna
goes
say,
up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
But the whole thing is, who does like? It sounds ridiculous, but you lot actually right. His profile is gonna, if he does fight Dominic Brazil, and he does blow him away, his profile is gonna go up.
Absolutely.
Even though it's Dominic Brazil, because obviously AJ beat Dominic Brazil.
Yeah.
AJ's profile goes up because when AJ beats if AJ beats Provokin, his price goes up. Remember, the money in the fight is AJ, so the more money the AJ can generate, the more the fight generates. Do you know what I mean? Not that.
So how are you gonna expect a man to sign a deal for today for where
and future earnings? It don't make sense. It don't make sense. But like, obviously, we're not privy to the conversation. You know, there's a lot of like big dicking going on in the whole, you know, negotiation of that contract. There's a lot of egos. There's too many egos. And Eddie said something the other day about you know, Shelley, Al Heyman, and the other dude, the trainer, lifelong trainer, manager,
Rude Bella, not
really liking each other, or there's some form of tension there. But yeah, I 100% agree. If the 50 million today isn't 50 million in 10 months, because my price is definitely gonna go up again. If Deontay goes in there, you know, blows him away in a round or two, even if they go 7 rounds and it's a close fight, and he wins, his price goes up. That 15 million turns to 25, 20, 22.
Nah, bro, it's clear that.
No, not from being Brazil. This is what I'm saying. It's not, no.
Yeah, but suppose if he does...
10 million's a lot, 25 million's a lot.
Yeah, but suppose if he beats Brazil in a...
I don't know if people are taking a piss when they're standing here saying, oh, you know, it's not a big fight yet, or da-da-da-da-da. Bruv, people will tune in just for the sake of saying, I'm watching the heavyweight unification fight, point blank period. It doesn't matter who's fighting. Do you understand me? And I'm talking globally on this, because what happens is this, yeah, as soon as it gets announced, yeah, in the press that 2 fighters are going to unify the heavyweight division, do you know what happens? Whereas boxing might have been, you know, page 10 news, every media publication pushes it to page 2, 3, even front page news. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then automatically, there's your casual fans. Automatically, there's your money. Exactly. And to me, I don't understand it, bro. We saw in the last, 3 years, we've seen Floyd Mayweather do deals with Conor McGregor and do deals with Manny Pacquiao, which are respectful in terms of the split. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather came out as a big boy in terms of the overall, he earned more, but they were still respectful. To give a man 15 million on a fight that, let's say it makes 100 minimum, bruv, you're telling me a man's worth 15%?
No, I never said he's worth 15%.
I'm not saying you're saying that, but I'm saying that's what is being you know what
portrayed.
I mean?
Yeah. But I've told you from the get go. Do you know what? I don't think it's not 80-20, because I can't say AJ should make 80 million and Deontay should make 20. But at the same time, I don't think their value in terms of what they're bringing to the fight is close. That's just a fact. You can't deny that.
Do you not think that's a very much a Anglo perspective on this?
Absolutely.
How do you mean?
Absolutely.
Because, as in the sense of course, AJ is the big man in the UK, bro. But the UK is 70 million, bro. Right? Go to America. I'm not standing here saying Deontay Wilder is the big man in America, because he's clearly not the big man in America, right? But even just look at his profile on Instagram, etc., right? He's aligned himself with people like LL Cool J, Dr. Dre. He's at Coachella's. He's on the breakfast clubs. Fam, his profile is getting bigger and bigger. And America's a population of 330 million, bro. Do you understand me? So all you need is a percentage of that. You might not get the
how much should Deontay get?
But all you need is 30 million of them people to be interested. And I personally believe you could get a minimum of 30 million people interested in watching this fight. Again, if it was AJ in America,
hold on.
AJ as alone, he's not commanding 30 million people in America.
How much should Deontay get for the fight?
Which fight?
The fight, AJ and thing.
How much should he get, you say?
Yeah.
I would say between 60-40 or...
No, I want figures. I want hard, like, give me cold figures.
I wouldn't give you... I'll just do a percentage
that's
split.
That's getting disrespectful when you start saying flat pound signs, bro.
Yeah, it's a percentage split.
Potentially, bro, is a money earner, cause if they do well all the way they're supposed to, bro, you'll have everyone from the UAE all the way through to America being interested in this fight, probably further afield as well.
Right, so
tell a man you're only gonna get this much for this type of fight. It just, to me, it's screaming. You're doing everything not to make the fight happen. Because all you have to do is do a press tour in Dubai, do a press tour in Melbourne, do a press tour in London, press tour in
New York,
press tour in Vegas, bruv. The fights, press tour in Russia, fam. You're calm. You're getting the viewership.
So 60-40 sits well with you lot then.
60-40 or 35.
35% is cool.
Pardon me?
30 to 35%.
Yeah, 35 or 35-65.
Yeah, alright, cool. If it's a 100 million fight, basically, which it will be in a fight, if it happens, if it goes according to plan, because Deontay and his team should be trying to announce a fight now, hopefully for the same month of September, which I don't think is realistic. But
Tommy's not announcing nothing, bro, because like he said, bro, they've left it. Basically, where it stands right now, right, is that they're just like, you know what, Eddie Hearn, you're on some long shit. Like I said, look at last week, yeah, this whole DAZN promo rollout, yeah. All they were doing was talking about, oh, AJ, I've signed a contract, all I need you to do is sign the contract. When Dante's already been said, or 2-3 weeks ago, that contract don't exist to me no more.
But it's still stringing onto this narrative.
So why are you talking old shit for? When
exactly.
Yeah. I get that. But my thing is, he has to fight this year. He can't wait till AJ.
Yeah, obviously he's gonna fight. He's not gonna hang around.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, he has to. I'm not talking about when I said announcement. I'm not saying the AJ fight. I'm saying he has to fight someone else. He has to fight like Brazil or.
He might do a rematch with Ortiz, or I think it might be Brazil, or I don't know.
I think it make more sense to go Brazil.
Because Ortiz is fighting when he's got a fight announced. The names come off me head, but I know Ortiz has got a fight coming up soon. So yeah, it will probably be Brazil.
I think that makes sense. I think Brazil's on the win streak as well, so you can take some equity from that.
And then everyone's going to be comparing and contrasting between.
Yeah, and bro, like let's see some. Do you know what? Like I think from AJ's part, AJ go to Deontay's fight, sit ringside. Get in the ring. If you invited him to the ring, get in the ring. Do all of that stuff. Because you told
the Brazil fight makes sense because animosity between Brazil and
the cousins.
They're cousins.
What happened was Wilder's cousin got into a ruckus with Brazil, there's some beef. There's some beef between the two of them. Like actual personal beef.
Okay, see, you like all that, and I think AJ should go there, sit ringside, introduce a great way of introducing yourself into the American crowd, especially if they're trying to make it big with the design and vice versa. Deontay.
But is he gonna do that though?
I doubt it.
AJ do that?
I doubt it.
But that's what I'm saying, bro.
I doubt it. But I'm saying what you should do because
no one's really talking about, bro. Like, you know, when I talk about AJ, bro, I'm not talking at him like trying to shit on the brother, cause you understand me? Because I respect what he's done for boxing as a whole, bro. What I am trying to say to you is that he could be doing more.
Yeah.
Like you said, he should be turning up to Deontay Wilder's fight and trying to walk into the ring. Tyson Fury did it in New York against Spilker.
But AJ's more or less, he's trying to copy the Klitschko route, like be like Klitschko, be that professional. You see what I mean?
He can professionally get in the ring. He can ask for permission. He can professionally get into the ring. Trust me on that one, because at the end of the day, Eddie's got to make bank in America now. Because you have said, oh yeah, everyone's got to go to work now. You're Nitro roster and it's Wigan FC. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, that's disrespectful to Wigan right there.
Yeah, it's a Wigan FC.
Don't disrespect Wigan, bro.
What'd you say?
So don't disrespect Wigan, bro.
Well, Wigan are like League 2.
Rovers, bro. Forest Green Rovers right there.
You know what I'm saying? Dead roster. And obviously, I'm giving Eddie the benefit of the doubt that, okay, do you know what, Eddie? It's early days. Because after a couple fights, he might put on some 6 shows and some people are saying, do you know what, I want to ride with Eddie. But you've come out, you've talked smack, you've said Top Rank are going to have to work now. Golden Boy is going to have to work now. You're going to other people's terrain. So you've got to have AJ do something like that. You've got to. Because everyone's going to be talking about it on ESPN, on Showtime, First Take. Mm-hmm. Everyone's going to be talking about it.
The only person I can see holding up the zone right now is Big Baby Miller. The only person I can see.
But then his route is very short. And if Big Baby Miller is your legit number one star holding it up, then you have to keep him away from AJ. And he wants to fight AJ.
2 questions, though. You really think ESPN are going to be talking about DAZN?
No, obviously not like that. I'm saying they're going to be talking about AJ. AJ's kind of similarly assigned with DAZN. So if AJ gets in the ring...
Yeah, but they ain't really been talking about AJ too heavy, bro. I know Stephen A. Smith had him on his podcast, but it weren't... You know what I mean? Like,
but you know where I'm coming from, though. If AJ gets in the ring and there's a bit of a hoorah, rah, rah, it's going to make front page news.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Anthony Johnson will be announced on ESPN.
No, let's be real, bro. AJ's he comes across as quite lazy in that regard, fam. Like, He looks like he's coasting along with his whole.
Because he hasn't ever had to do self-promo.
No, you know what? He's
He hasn't had to do self-promo though.
I think his mindset is like, this ain't my realm, so I'm gonna stay out of it. So it's like, I'll leave that to
He hasn't had to do promo. He hasn't had to do promo. Back in the
but
day,
he looks nervous.
Back in the day, every fight had to do promo.
Yeah,
Ali,
yeah.
Jack
True.
Johnson, Joe Lewis, they had to do promo. They had to do so. Joe Lewis was going around shaking people's hands just so people knew.
And even at the DAZN promo, it looked like he didn't even want to be there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ali's there talking. He had to promote himself. Mayweather had to promote himself. AJ's never had to.
He has been.
He's never had to. The Olympic route gave him a platform where, okay, cool. My core fan base coming out of the Olympics is already about 1 million people, casuals. Because there's people that are watching rowing that was watching him box for a gold medal because Great Britain get to win another gold medal. So you already got the casuals. So 1 million people. He didn't have to build. You didn't have to build this.
Yeah, he's been spoon fed.
He was just literally on. Yeah. I won't say spoon fed. I would say what Owen uses. The stars have aligned. Everything worked out for him. Like spoon fed, as if to say, yeah, here you go.
No, but I mean, like, it's been manufactured in the sense of.
Manufactured is a better word.
Yeah, it's been manufactured. Definitely. He's been pushed.
You know what? You could have a point, bro, because I think if you look at what happened, like you said in New York the other day, when Big Bay Miller's talking trash and AJ was really basically about to just say, fuck it, drop the belts and let's go knuckle to knuckle.
Yeah.
It's interesting because most other heavyweights will be like, all right, I've got the smack talk for you back. But it seems like he doesn't know how to do that.
Yeah, because he took it personal.
Professional AJ or road AJ, and maybe that's probably the reason. Maybe we hit something, we got a light bulb moment there, and maybe that's the real reason why he isn't really capable of engaging a lot of these heavyweights like that, because he doesn't know how to do that kind of, be the smack talker. He can only do road or can only do professional.
You could see it because he took it personal. He was like dickhead and whatever.
Yeah. But he said when he was going to Joseph Park, he was ready for all of that banter and back and forth. But they came very respectful, so he was thrown off. So everything he was gonna say just ended up being like a soliloquy. That whole no man or nothing can stop me from
yeah.
So whereas he's gone there ready to talk smack, because we've seen it in the Dylan Whyte. That was good banter. Just shut up, man. You should be lucky. You should be grateful that you're my undercard. Sit down, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Then my man hitting back hard.
It was only a light part of reality.
Yeah. It is a light part, but obviously my man hitting back with Femi. Pardon me, my man hitting back. Your name's not even Anthony. It's Femi. It's Femi.
I talk about it wasn't saying man wearing his jeans.
Yeah.
Dylan Whyte's the king of banter.
That's what I'm saying. But you don't know in person. I'm pretty sure that I know for a fact that AJ has that banter. But because he's so,
you have to know people to do it, then, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I think I think Tyson Fury.
I know man's like that, bro.
I think Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder are going to bring out that side of trash talking in him. Like he's gonna have to talk trash. You're gonna have to believe in your source. There's no way you go into that fight. He can't go into that fight and be moderately respectful because they will chew you up.
Look historically though, fam. When Manatee talks smack to him too close, bro, he switches back to road. Like look when Darren Brazil was talking. And he was like, yo, bruv, don't talk this. You're not about that life. Like, he's ready to do what, bruv? You know what I'm saying? And you got to remember, Fury,
I know a couple man like that
they
still.
They know how to talk and toe the line, bruv. You understand me? So they can talk the most crud, but they'll just be like, all right, cool. Even look when the two did the face up in the ring, they're both talking mad grease, both head to head. But it was, you understand me? There was no real threat that he was going to go spill over. But I don't know if he knows how to balance that, cuz.
Yeah, like it's a bit like you, innit? It's a bit like you.
Yo, bugging, cuz.
I know you smile. I know if you was in that situation, you smile, everything be alright. But then it's just one thing that could just make you go, no, you're taking the piss now. I'm gonna put hands on you, I'm gonna put hands on you, Step back.
I'll be honest with you. That situation, I feel like I'll be comfortable to kind of go back with a balance in it. But yeah, like obviously, my fuse is a bit shorter than most, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
that,
but I know bear. But do you see what you're explaining? I know bear man like that. That they don't know how to joke. Like it's like no. Why are you trying to take man for some? You know what I'm saying? Everything goes tense immediately. But personally, I think he's never had to self-promote. Most boxers in the UK, because the UK hasn't been popping for boxing like that, have had to self-promote. If you look at Ricky Hatton, grafter. If you look at Josh Warrington, grafter. Again, someone that hasn't had to necessarily self-promote, but kind of promoted himself is Amir Khan. He's gone and done charitable stuff. A lot. Once you come off for example, the girl doesn't like. He's had to self-promote, but it doesn't necessarily hasn't worked for him because he doesn't necessarily know how to self-promote. Self-promotion is a big thing. Like, okay, Bud, if Bud had a bit of 20, if Bud even had 30% of Mayweather in him, he'll be a bigger star. You know?
Yeah, well, I think, like you said, a lot of that's because of it's the individuals, isn't it? So
yeah, of course.
The people you mentioned, the girl made is his own worst enemy, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, of course. Even like your
wanted to work with
even
him,
your boy.
Past tense, but he separated himself. He got a bit too ahead of himself. You know, AJ to his credit understood that. You know, I know how to knock people out and I know how to train, but maybe there's other people that can talk better for me and put me in a better situation. The girl went
100%. Like,
you know what I mean? Humble enough to do that.
Like we always say, Eddie has a mouth of butter. He probably sold it to him. He probably said, AJ, you're already a star. This is a formality. You know? Like, my man had the headline in his second fight and nearly more or less sold out the O2 in his second fight against some Leo. After you do that, you know, and he went on every box in Scotland, he didn't have to think. Everybody was excited. Oh yeah, gold medal, Britain. That's it. That's all he needed. If he had to graft like a couple man did, you'll see a different AJ. I don't even think AJ will be as big as he is now. He'll still be on that whole Dubois circuit where you're building up. Dubois gonna have a tough time doing it.
Yeah, because Dubois has no banter.
He's always gonna be that commodity. It's like, oh, what's the point? Why would I even fight? I don't get nothing out of you. I'm only beating you for bragging rights.
Yeah.
So a lot of boxers fall into that hole. Do you know what I mean? Even your boy, your client, the defendant,
force himself into a position though. That's the good thing about him, and he's young, bro. So he's got time on his side, bro.
Even
he can stay in the background for the next 4 years.
Of course. But even look at your defendant, Deontay Wilder. As brash as he is in his thing, he's not a big star, and he's got everything you say in it in terms of promotion. But he's not a big star in America. You should see it.
Bro, look at the alignment, bro. Instagram now.
No, brother, that's now, brother. That's now.
Yeah, but you're only no, but you're forgetting. You're forgetting.
Alright, cool. In his 41 fights.
Yeah, but you're forgetting the US have only switched back on to heavyweight.
No,
boxing.
they haven't just only switched on to heavyweight boxing.
Yes, they have. You got to remember the Klitschko's put a stinker on heavyweight boxing in the USA.
You know who's part of that? Do you know who's part of that? Your man's that you lot were hyping up, Shelly Finkel. Shelly Finkel should also be held responsible. If he's managing Klitschko and he's managing Deontay, and Deontay in 32 fights, couldn't fight Klitschko. Fury shouldn't have fought Klitschko before Deontay.
Bro, you're not making any sense.
Alright, cool. You would say that. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Anyways, Your Honor, no further questions. No further questions.
What you're saying on paper seems legit, right?
It is legit.
But in the reality situation, it's the same thing I said to you, man, in the text last week, right? Is that argument about Deontay not being ready after 32 fights to fight Klitschko is the same argument I could say that why didn't Eddie Hearn try and get the fight with AJ and Klitschko when Tyson Fury fought him?
What do you mean?
Because they could have done it. If they really wanted to, they could have made that happen.
They could not have.
AJ wouldn't
No,
have
they could not have.
It's not a bad thing. It's not actually a bad thing to say you're not ready to fight somebody, you know.
Oh, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. No, but the thing is, it's not.
Alright, what's today's date? Hold on.
It's not a bad thing.
Hold on.
Hold
on. 22nd of July, 4:32.
Sorry?
No, I'm just documenting what you just said. 4:32, 22nd of July. Owen said it's not a bad thing to say.
It's not a bad thing.
Alright, cool. Go on. You were saying.
I've never said it's a bad thing. I've not said about AJ. The whole thing about AJ, I've always said the same thing. Yeah, he could become if he was allowed to develop naturally, he would probably become the best heavyweight or top 5 heavyweight of all time. And I've said what's going to hinder him and what's going to probably be the roadblock is that they're pushing him too fast. Have I not said that?
Right. So can AJ say he's not ready to fight Deontay then or not?
Of course he can.
Of course he can.
But that's what I'm saying then.
And Wilder's even said the same thing.
What did Wilder say?
Wilder even said the same thing. All he needs, if he's not ready to fight, then all he needs to say is he's not ready to take on the fight Wilder, but don't go around screaming that he's the best, whatever. You see what I mean? That's all he needs to say. If Eddie Hearn came out and said, oh, he's not ready to fight yet, we should wait for the next whatever months, 12 months, 18 months, to brush up polish his skills.
Rather than have a circus, you lot will be alright with that. Because of the whole...
100%, cuz.
Absolutely.
Billy Joe Saunders said the same thing about Triple G about 18 months ago. He said Triple G will beat me and Chris Eubanks in the same night. Now, he said, I want to fight Triple G. This is what I'm saying, bro. There's nothing wrong with you understand me, pacing yourself. But if you're calling somebody out and you're saying I'll smack you up and
who said that though? AJ ain't said that. AJ said that.
No, it's not AJ.
AJ ain't said that.
It's not AJ as such. The fans have pushed him.
No.
Yes, of course.
Are you forgetting where this stemmed from,
bro?
My man beat that bum, that waste of 30 seconds of a fight in Stavern and said AJ been ducking me. AJ been ducking me. That's how it
no,
started.
no.
That's how it started.
You're missing a
That's
trick.
how, where's the trick?
You're missing a trick.
Alright, before
You're
that,
missing
when
a
did
trick.
AJ call him out?
You're missing a trick. What's happened?
Cochrane, you might need to help out Kardashian.
What's
still.
happened is that his fan base have pushed him so much and said that he's the best heavyweight. And Wilder has been pissed off to say, okay, if he's the best heavyweight, then we should fight to find out who's actually the king.
Really?
You see, that's what the whole thing's about.
Really? Is that what we're gonna go with? Do you agree with that, Owen?
I don't necessarily agree with that. I think what
cool.
it was is this, yeah. AJ comment that said, I want to unify the whole division. In saying that you want to unify the whole division, you're basically saying I'm coming to take your belt. You're saying it, but you're not saying it. And that's where basically it's all really stemmed from. And then obviously with Deontay seeing AJ fight Klitschko last year and standing at Wembley, Deontay's eyes obviously lit up. And with Deontay seeing Klitschko effectively almost beating AJ and seeing the vulnerability in AJ, Deontay was definitely like, yes, like I want to take this. And then since then, it's been both sides. It's not just been one side, let's be clear, but it's definitely stemmed from AJ saying, I want to unify the whole division, and Deontay seeing Wembley and saying, yo, this could be bang. Simple.
And then obviously he said that whole AJ been ducking me when it doesn't make sense because AJ couldn't have been ducking him because before that Vlad fight, AJ was still on a training program, which doesn't make sense. But I want to go completely left. I think we've talked this to death.
Yeah, we've stressed
completely left and talk about the white collar sensation that is KSI and Phil Logan event that's about to take place. Are they fighting in the UK, by the way?
Yeah.
Have you been seeing them in the gym?
Man, I haven't seen them in the gym, to be fair. I haven't been gym of late, that gym anyway.
Okay.
So now I haven't seen them, unless they've changed the time.
So are they fighting in the UK, yeah?
I think it's Manchester.
Yeah, Manchester.
Yeah, Manchester.
MEN Arena?
Yeah.
No way. I thought it was Copperbox again.
Nah, man. Copperbox isn't big enough for those guys.
Bro, so hold on. Like, let's
Man
go.
was on Piers Morgan and ting, you know?
Yeah, bruv. It's actually captured the mad. It's gone
he's
bigger
on
than it was before.
Yeah, he's on Piers. He was on Piers
So
Morgan.
hold on. KSI can actually make what? Another
Bruv,
20.
they're gonna make cake, bruv.
Like, you gotta. This is a worldwide thing as well. It was in Mayweather gym.
It's £6 per viewer. And the last fight they got, I don't know how many millions they got viewing that.
25 million.
Sorry?
25 million streams.
But there you go, bruv. Times up by 6, bruv.
£6.
What, that's 150 million potentially in the pot. Potentially. Bigger than AJ Wilder.
A white collar 3-round fight. Is it 3 or 6 rounds?
It's gonna be.
I think it's more than 3.
It's 6 rounds. I
probably
think 6 rounds. I think 6 rounds. Hold on, wait. Hold on. I didn't even deep the level. MEN Arena.
Yeah, man.
So you've got what 20,000 in MEN, innit?
Yep. And
Then
streaming.
the streaming
hits.
And KSI has like 19 million subscribers.
And
Logan Paul has like 16.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
And Jake Paul's got about 19, 20 as well. Deji's got like maybe a decent amount, maybe 5 million.
He has like, I think he has like 8, 9 million.
It's a lot of the same people viewing both, but let's say there's a potential viewership of say 20 million, 25 million people, 30 million people, let's say, globally, fam.
Wow.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Wow. Hats off to them. Because I remember we had,
It's a hustle.
Yeah, it's a hustle. I can't be mad because remember I said, even though we were talking about, I think one of the topics we talked about before is their form of boxing, a Gloucester boxing, or is it a stain? And I was like, look, if they've got
a stain anymore,
it's not a stain, yeah.
I can go back on my words because I think I said it was a stain.
Yeah, you did say it's a bit of a joke, but I'm saying, boy, if they can dust up any beef in the ring with gloves and they can shake hands after, then beautiful. They know what they're doing. They know they're making money.
Yeah,
they're driving it up. They've done a press conference in York the other day, no?
Was it York?
Was York? I don't know. It was York. I think it was what's the place in West London? Fucking what's that place called? West London. Man, can't remember the name, bruv.
Where about in West London?
So we go past like Kensington High Street. It's Olympia.
Oh yeah, Olympia.
Kensington. Okay. Yeah, like they had the thing there. I think they had the press conference in LA. Yeah, I think I don't know. Logan, was it Logan? He's fighting Logan Paul, right?
Logan Paul, yeah.
Yeah, the way he bounced, he was like, "Nah, I'm not taking any questions," and he cut. I was thinking, my God, like you did not want that London heat, boy. Because they were on him.
Can I say a point? And it's gonna sound, I hate to be corny to go back to what we just talked about AJ, but you not see why Deontay Wilder's there looking at that situation and thinking, if we pattern this properly, we could be doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
So you giving me 15 million is a piss take, bro. But anyway, let's move. Carry on this.
Yeah.
On this.
Because they even had offers to they had offers to do the fight in Dubai as well.
Did they?
Yeah.
Gonna be the place. Apparently, the contract is they're gonna do one fight in Manchester and then they'll re-up back in
America
Ohio or in America somewhere, because that's obviously where the pawns are from.
Can I just quickly say my condolences to Deji Comedy Shorts. It's a Comedy Shorts game out. You know, no matter what happens, it takes a brave man to step in the ring.
On his back.
No matter what happens, it takes a brave man to get into a ring. It takes a brave man. And Deji, we're behind you. We root for you to be your loss to be very safe and sound. But if you do win, wow, jollof rice and me all the way around, bro. All the way around.
Jake Paul just looked at homie like he was food, bro. Like, you're getting yammed up differently. Like,
so would they have to pay Johnny Nelson to do that face to face?
Say that again?
They might have dropped Johnny Nelson a little change.
They would have gave Johnny Nelson peas, innit, for that behind the gloves or whatever, face to face.
The gloves are off.
I can imagine so, but at the same time, you gotta remember, like, a lot of these things about opportunities, bro. Like, I don't know what the YouTube hits are for the gloves are off in between them two.
It will be easily 3 million. I could even check right now.
Check it right now, and then you gotta think, bro. A lot of these stuff that people do things, because I was listening to Big Zoo the other day, and he was saying that he jumped on a KSI song, but he did it for free. And he said the reason why he did it for free because he just opened the doors, like, he got mad opportunities now off the back of that. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if John Nelson maybe even done it for free.
I'm surprised, but I wonder if Michael Buffer's gonna fucking announce the fight.
Probably. Probably.
He's signed to Matchroom now, you know.
Is he?
Yeah.
So how much did he get? Is he checked? Has his price gone up?
Who?
Michael Buffer.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I know he was saying he wanted to kind of like lessen his obligations because he's doing too much work, innit? So I think just working with one organization just means you're only gonna do so many shows per year and just relax. Yeah,
I can't find the video itself, but I'm pretty sure it's easy. All their videos touch about 1 million quickly anyway, so it'll probably be easily like 4 or 5 million.
Yeah, easy. So you gotta think for Johnny Nelson, he might just be like, you know what, like I'll get work off the back of doing this. Yeah,
because it's a new avenue for boxing. If you see what I'm saying, because all these e-gamers are gonna do their thing where it's gonna be like, yeah, we got YouTube boxing now, so they're gonna always beef with one another, and it's like, okay, cool, let's settle the beef in a boxing match. So they're gonna have their big events. It's crazy, man.
It's crazy. It's a stupid time. You know, speaking about the gloves are off, did anyone see Whyte and Parker's gloves are off?
Dylan Whyte makes me laugh.
He chewed him up. Because I think his assessment was absolutely spot on. Like, your performance was cowardly. Smart, but cowardly. Because do you know why I call it cowardly, though? Because you done that whole video about, like, I've proof that AJ is something, that chinny, proof that AJ is chinny and blah, blah, and Joshua Parker's going to knock him out. And then we saw the first press conference, we said, yeah, AJ's going to win. Because that energy completely zapped. My man turned to Mary Poppins.
We say he's clean up the house.
Yeah, bro. Bro, that's all he was on. Like, he was not on. He didn't go to exchange. Whereas, obviously, in this fight, he probably has to exchange a bit more because he probably trusts himself a bit more against Dylan. But
you know what you said earlier about my temper being shorter than other man.
Yeah.
Fam, you're not sitting there in front of me and in front of next man in front of us filming studio and calling me a coward.
Exactly.
About something going on.
Exactly.
Like, trust me, daddy.
Back in the day, that was just as bad as suck your mum. You calling someone a coward.
Bro, definitely, pa.
Back in the day, if you said you're a coward, that's it.
He didn't even say it. He's like, yeah, he's a coward. And he said it about 5-6 times throughout the whole thing. To a man's face.
He got hot though. He got hot. But I would have said stop saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't say that again. I said don't talk to me like that. You know, like that.
Yeah, and Parker couldn't pick up on the banter. Like, he was just missing a lot of things.
Yeah, but because this is the thing, because this is your second time back round in the UK now.
Third.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Against Hughie Fruiton as well. You've got to bring it this time, bro. Because even the first performance against Hughie Fruiton Hughie Fury wasn't impressive. Even though Hughie Fury made that fight as ugly as possible, but AJ again, you didn't do nothing. This fight, bro. If that was me, I'll be a bit more confident.
But you know what?
I gotta get a win.
Dylan Whyte does bring out the fighter in the fire. Like, he always does it all the time, and I'll be surprised if Parker doesn't fight Dylan Whyte. If he just does what he did with AJ.
Can I quickly 100%. Put out a hypothetical? What happens if Dylan knocks out Parker? How does that?
I said it already, bro. April 13th, Dylan Whyte, AJ rematch, 1,000,000%.
They've already kind of sneakily said that.
1,000,000%.
They've hinted that already.
It's trust me, it's going to happen, bro.
Part of me just believes that fight should just be a title fight. I think that adds another dimension to the whole.
Should be a title fight, say.
Yeah, as in like a unification. Like, I wish Dylan had a belt as well.
It would be nice for him to.
Which is why I don't understand. Because me personally, I would have pushed Dylan to fight Parker when he was a champion. Because that was a winnable fight.
Yeah, but I think Parker realised that there's more money. Don't forget, Parker pushed for AJ, innit?
Yeah, of course.
They wanted the AJ money rather than fighting Dylan Whyte, which was, like you said, a winnable fight for Dylan and less money in it for Parker.
Yeah. Not to sound cool.
They've done the right thing, bro. He secured his family's future.
How much did they make from that fight? How much did they make from that fight? Like 6 million.
Just kudos now.
Probably more than that.
10 million.
I think didn't he get 12 or 11 or 12, was it?
Yeah, something around.
Oh yeah, well Deontay is definitely like 10 times more valuable than Parker, if I'm honest. Sorry, just to throw that in there. But yeah, I think I can see Dylan knocking him out.
I can see it too, bro.
Like a clean knockout or stoppage.
I think probably a stoppage and a knockout. I think Parker's too cautious to get knocked out. But definitely
if he's behind in the scorecard at some point in that fight, he has to fancy his chances way better than he did against AJ. He couldn't though. AJ's bigger than him, and AJ would have got to the punch quicker.
But I just
for now, AJ wouldn't have got quicker, but AJ's response would have been much worse, much more devastating.
Yeah, as in like it doesn't make sense to take to give, if that makes sense, against AJ. You rather just try and give and keep.
Yeah, because if he
keep distance.
If he got caught with that uppercut, it would have been lights out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Man would have been back in fucking Samoa, bro.
Yeah, literally. I think his nose would have gone flat and his lips would have gone dry. I honestly believe that. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be a good dust up. The card is a bit suspect. Brooks fighting Cook on that card, no?
When's this fight next week?
Brooks off the card.
He's been taken off.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's been taken off, bro. Been taken off, but Eddie ain't saying nothing, though.
But Eddie said that Eddie was talking about something about like he doesn't know what to do, whether to wait for the December fight against Khan. But him and the Khan are not fighting in December.
Bro, they're not fighting I don't think they're fighting at all, bro. I
can't see them fighting.
Well.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not even gonna spend time on that.
Finished as well.
Yeah, let's shelf that. All right, cool. So that card's looking a bit dry. Who else is on the card then?
Chisora versus
Takam. Good fight. Is
could be a good fight.
Okoli sauce on it.
No, Boatsi's though.
Oh no, you want Okoli, man. Okoli, like. Anyways, Eddie knows what he's doing. I can't. I would have had Okoli in that card. And then there's a card.
I don't know if he knows what he's doing for real though, bro. But I don't think that's gonna do good on pay-per-view.
What? Parker and Whyte.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 80,000 buys if that.
Yeah, that's gonna flop.
It probably less if you take away all the pubs and top golfs and that.
80,000 streams, if that, bro. Let alone 80,000 buyers.
I would have put that on terrestrial TV because you get. I think, but then again, I think he's just trying to do right by Dylan, isn't it? Dylan gets a lot of money.
Yeah. I think that's why, because Dylan had to win his last fight in order to continue doing the pay-per-view thing. So he's just trying to put money in Dylan White's pocket.
Yeah, I guess so. But this is what I'm saying. Like, some fights you should just say for the AJ card, because you can't have another Wembley card and it's a dead card, bedroom.
And the thing, Chisora hasn't really done anything hype yet with Takam to like get the numbers up. like what he did with Dylan Whyte when them two started with their beef, and then obviously the numbers went up ridiculously.
You know, I think maybe having money, a level of money does add some sense of stupidness to you, because you got the watch from winning a bet and then you lost it. Maybe that's how much of a crazy guy he actually is, for sure.
Man, Chisora's just a walking punch bag right now, man. He's not. It's over for him, bro. Like, he's just there for name. It's a name brand. That's it, bro.
He's aware of that, though.
Yeah, he knows that now. He's wondering that. He knows that. He definitely knows that. But for me, I just think AJ can't be dead. It can't be rubbish again.
It will be. I can't really.
There's no fighters.
There are no fighters that can be on his card. To be fair,
I don't think it doesn't matter if that's card dead, you know, because I feel like Povetkin and AJ should be a good fight regardless. One way or another, AJ. I feel like this. AJ has to take him out. AJ can't afford to play around with Povetkin on some fucking jab move type situation.
No.
Because if Povetkin gets in punching range, bro.
Yeah, because he's good at ducking on. He's good at evading jabs, getting underneath your jab, and throwing overhand right or left.
Exactly.
Or the check hook, the outswinging hook. But
you don't need that in your life.
No, you don't, because you end up like David Price, dog. You don't want to end up like David Price. Real quick. I want to touch on something though. Quickly, as short as you can, summarize England's journey in the World Cup and the World Cup winners.
Exceeded expectations is the way I will summarize it. Where, yeah, man, they did well. I was rooting for them. As well, man. Like cheering and all sorts. Was going to the pub, watching the games at the pub, getting the vibe.
Yeah, it was too much.
Hey.
It was a crazy atmosphere that week because it felt like it was hot. I was loving seeing the bear showers on TV.
Yeah.
I was loving seeing the bear showers on TV.
I think it's good for the country. Nice distraction from a lot of the political bullshit that's going on. Good weather. You know, no pressure on the team.
Definitely
Gareth Southgate's done himself wonders. It's just, again, when you really break it down and actually analyze what was actually done, there isn't actually anything to really marvel on. I'd say the things I'd probably marvel on the most, I'd say maybe individual performances. I think Kieran Trippier did himself.
Yeah, his price just went up. Pickford's price went up.
I don't know about, Pickford, I'm not even too sure, bro.
No, bro, he had a good World Cup.
If you break it down to the Januzaj goal, like, he did some good saves, but I think people like Kasper Schmeichel did better, if anything. But back to England, Trippier did well. I think Harry, what's his name? Harry, what's my record from Leicester? Harry Maguire.
Oh yeah, his price went up significantly.
Everyone else that Kyle Walker, who's a good defender already.
Yeah.
Harry Kane can slap goals against mediocre teams. Like I said, doesn't seem to be able to slap goals against top teams. So yeah, like I said, when you bring in a cold light day, it was just a nice summer, bro. It's carnival.
Best, yeah, 100%.
Over a month period.
100%. I think going into the World Cup, I don't think any of us were really optimistic about England's chances about winning. Managed to kind of get we always get a good group to qualify from. Qualified, and within our qualification, we basically got the easier side of the draw.
Definitely.
And we were allowed to dream. We were allowed to think it was possible. For 75 minutes, we were going to the final, and then everything came tumbling down.
Yeah.
I think, if more than anything now, that's the best time in it. Honestly, people on my road were waving at me saying, "Yeah, how are you today?"
Yeah.
People were saying, "How was your day?" Talking to me, shaking my hand.
Yeah.
The Sweden game, I was driving down the road and people were just bibbing me saying, "Come on,
It's coming home.
It's coming home." So, and then we went to the quarterfinal, same thing. It was just like ready. Everybody was ready, like, for that moment. So personally, I think it's something to build on, because a lot of the players that we have in our side are young. I think I really don't want to say this because there was so much positives to take away, because looking at the atmosphere and watching the news and just seeing the beers and everything, just the whole atmosphere, like said, was like carnival for like 2 weeks, is that Gareth Southgate shouldn't have played the same team in that semi-final. Their legs were gone. There was too many passengers. Lingard was a passenger for most of that game. Harry Kane was a passenger.
But let me say one thing to you though. Harry Kane scores the opportunity when he's...
Oh, yes, curtains. Yeah.
Game's over, bro. It's 2-0, and it's...
Scores or square it.
Final.
Scores or square it. He could have squared it to Sterling, and it...
Sterling was waiting.
Yeah. So, that's true. That's a fair point, because we were all over him that first half. But, yeah, I agree with you. Tippier's price just went up. Maguire's probably going to get bought this season by someone, because he can play football. Very, very intelligent. No nonsense defender who can play football at with the ball at his feet as well.
You know what reminds me of?
Who?
Like a young John Terry.
Yeah. Solid though. It's true actually. Yeah, because he can play a pass with either foot as well. Great stuff from England, man. I'm happy with that. Do you want to just go back into the boxing? Did anyone watch the all the belts that has been? That I felt like that advert's been going on. that advert's been going on forever.
First time in history.
All the belts. Did anyone see the fight?
Yeah, I watched it still. I think it was what if you knew the fight was coming, you knew what to expect really.
Mm-hmm.
Usyk is too sick. Man. Southpaw versus a very static, banger slugger is always gonna win, bruv. You know what I mean? Like he just boxed his head off. Literally just circled to his left, kept away from the danger hand, double up the jab, triple up the jab. Just kept moving, bruv. Gassiev couldn't close off the ring and just got his head punched off. He didn't want to move his head as well for like 12 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
He clearly liked keeping his head on the line, and it was convincing, easy.
That Eastern European toughness, isn't it? Like they like
interesting though. You know what to say Usyk is the cruiserweight version of Lomachenko. You know, they're both Ukrainian and box like very fleet of foot. But interestingly, Usyk is saying there's a fight with Tony Bellew would interest him.
Yeah, I was seeing that this morning.
Is that he's thinking about giving up the belts and moving up to heavyweight.
People are in trouble if he does, isn't it?
Yeah, man, he'd be the best boxer, but the smallest, so that's going to be interesting.
Which one would you rather see him do? Bellew or go up?
Both, I would say.
Kick Bellew first and then go up, but I think he'll struggle when he goes up just for weight, bro. Like, I think he'll outbox any boxer in the heavyweight division, like, comfortably. Maybe Tyson Fury, if he's back to normal, would be the only one that would give him problems, but they're just way too big, bruv.
He's got a joke of an opponent. Do you know what? Like, let me even let you get into your section. The section we call the
smoke.
The section we call the smoke section.
Now we're gonna hit the Liam Smith versus Meninga fight quickly.
We can do that real quickly, but I was eager to get into the smoke section. But go on, let's touch on that.
Well, basically, real quick, I'll do real quick the Liam Smith Meninga fight. If you ain't seen it, watch it, bruv. 12 rounds of mad action. Meninga 21. Very crude. Still got a lot to learn, but can absolutely bang. Liam Smith has got he's got a Carl Froch level chin. Even though he got dropped, it was a bit of a kind of shady shot back, literally right at the back of the head, but caught him at the temple at the same time. But definitely, if you got 36 minutes to wait, definitely watch that fight.
It's him. Oh.
Motherfucking
Free smoke. Ooh.
Hey, where are we going with this one, bro? We've got a couple of there's a few contenders. It's been a couple of weeks. I might keep this quite succinct though. You mentioned first and foremost Fury and Fury's next opponent at Windsor Park. You know what? I need more on this free smoke for Fury, because is he taking a piss, Casey?
He is taking the piss. Of course he's taking the piss, bro. Do you know why he's taking the piss? Because man is doing gigs on the mic. He's talking the hardest. This person's a bum. Both bums. Beat them in the same night. Beat them with my left hand. Beat them with my right hand.
You say bringing on Harry Davis as well.
Yeah, brother. Listen. And he's fighting people the same size, if not shorter, than Danny DeVito compared to him. What's that?
It's a mockery because he's not even fighting cruiserweights, bro. It looks like he's fighting like heavyweights.
Bro, the guy that he fought in his comeback fight literally looked like someone that sold meat in a market. Did you see his shorts? He wore shorts and football socks.
Dean Street Butcher, yeah?
Yeah, bro, trust me. Dean Street Butcher. Billingsgate Market selling fish. It was... Nah, man. See, he's taking the piss. And if this is my thing, if Eddie would not have been able to get away with this, are you not taking the piss?
Eddie did say that's why he couldn't do.
Yeah, bro. Are you not taking the piss? Come on, go and keep running. Keep.
Got more smoke anyway. Listen. Let's get back to.
No, don't let him off. I want to hear your bars. I want to hear your bars for that one.
Smoke section, right? For someone who's not in the boxing community, but Tiger, the rapper, has to take some smoke.
Oh dear.
Like, and it ain't because of his tunes. Like the new tune Taste, that's actually a banger. And like I think you man was saying, he keeps one in the case, bro. He's got one. You understand me? Ready at all times. But why am I seeing Kylie Jenner on Forbes about to be the first billionaire, the youngest billionaire of all time?
Can I just interject? A black lady.
And you never breeded that up. But yet Travis Scott came in there within 6 months and had himself secure for life. For life, fam. You gotta take some smoke, fam. Tiger, I know it's been a walking joke of the hip hop community for many a year, but on that, fam, nah, you're taking mad smoke.
Press the button.
Next man taking smoke, Jose Mourinho.
Okay, I'm listening.
I feel like Mourinho needs to not only take smokes, but needs to pack them bags, leave the hotel in Manchester, leave London, fam. I think he needs to spend some more time back in Portugal. I hear in Portugal there's no criminality associated with the use of drugs. I think he needs to sit down with one spliff, a high grade or something, smoke, meditate, just realize how much of a fuck up this brother is.
Preach.
Paul Pogba can go shine on the international stage for France, slap a rude boy goal against Croatia in the final, and be a world champion. But yet at Man United, you're holding him on the bench. You're not giving him the same.
I did not even see that one coming.
To play ball that we clearly can see he can. You got gunshots, bruv. You gotta take some smoke, gunshot. Yeah, calm.
I'm saying you get sacked this season. By January, you probably get sacked.
I'm saying you get sacked before Christmas, fam. That's what I'm saying. Happy Christmas. Go Portugal. Meditate. Roll that big spliff up. You understand me? You might need to put some PCP in there as well, bro. Like, I don't partake in the drugs there. You understand me? But I feel like he might need to take it to a new level to really trying to line himself back to reality and how poor and how you know what, bro? How the mighty have fallen. This brother was supposed to be the special one. Man looks like special needs right now anyway, but let's keep moving.
Go on,
next man that's taking smoke. Wayne Rooney.
Oh.
Interesting.
What did he do?
DC United, that's what he did.
Oh my god.
Man moved across to the MLS. How are you going to tell me you're going to be sponsored by Nike since the age of 16? You're going to play for one of the biggest, if not the biggest club in the world. You're going to have the England all-time scoring record. You're going to have the Manchester United all-time scoring record. You're going to have Premiership winners medals. You're going to have Champions League winners medals. And you're going to go play for the bottom club in the Eastern Conference in America, in a country that's weather is reminiscent of fucking the northeast of England. When every other top boy from England has gone to LA.
Galaxy. Yeah. Every other top boy from Europe.
I caught some sunshine and caught some breasts. And you've moved to DC United. Nah, you got to hold smoke, fam. Smoke. Tiger, Rooney, Jose, Fury. Light the pot, fam. We're ready for them.
Say no. And that's us for this week. We are back, baby. We back, baby.
One thing I gotta say, man, 50 Cent.
Oh, you didn't put 50 or thing in it. Ah, you fucked up,
wait.
Nate, I like that, bro. Nate's a sous chef today. Nate came in with his little ingredients.
He's wearing his hat. He's wearing his hat. Don't worry, he's wearing his sous chef hat.
You need to just relax on top of that pile, bro. Why are you catching herpes in 2018?
Who's got herpes though? I didn't even catch it. 50.
Didn't you read it?
Oh, that's dead.
Floyd exposed him. Floyd wrote an
Floyd's ghostwriter though. Floyd's ghostwriter. Floyd.
It doesn't matter.
God.
Floyd's ghostwriter. Published 50 Cent's life story, life journey, his bio.
On the Instagram post.
One Instagram page.
It's the picture that took the piss. Man picked the perfect modelling picture and just went in on a sermon. That was a sermon.
Hallelujah. If it's a sermon, hallelujah.
Bruh, he went in on him. Man said, we watch Power because of ghosts. No one watches it because of you. They could take you out of the show and people will still watch it. Rude, fam. But you nearly missed one though. You nearly let 50 slide. But I'm sure 50 is cooking something, so stay tuned.
Yeah. You know 50's got one in the chamber. You know he's definitely got 7 in the chamber.
Trust me.
We might get a bit political between them two, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why we got the team there, bro. This is why it's a team. Barbershop politics is not just, it's not a one-man band.
Yeah, for real.
We made that gourmet meal, bro. The recipe is big out here.
For real. Stay tuned. I'm just gonna put this out into the atmosphere and into the universe. Stay tuned for the live recording in the barbershop. I think that will be a conversation that will go off.
For sure.
Get some 14-ounce gloves and head guards.
For real. For real. All right, then that's us signing up.
Peace.
Yeah, you didn't shout your bomb squad. Keep that in there, bro.
You must be out of your goddamn mind. Joe Louis, the greatest boxer ever lived. I'll be with you boys in a minute. He was bad in Cassius Clay. He bad in Sugar Ray. He bad in the new boy got. Mike Tyson look like a bulldog. He bad in him too. He done whipped Mike Tyson ass. He whipped all that.
Paid the cost to be the boss.